So we're on video 136. Let's see how many people can get back where I am, or I get back to where you are, because I suspect it's a combination of the two. Hello everybody, are we with me? Hi Jane, that assumes... I'm going to get back in front of the camera. People, you're using the roller for this, assuming we get going. I've clearly got feed of everyone in the room saying they can see me. I just need to get you so that I can actually feel like the video is taking place. I'm going to start again. All right, so I'm back in front of the camera. I'm no longer frozen. You're going to hold this roller. I won't dilly-dally any longer because I suspect that the problem was me freezing, but all of you thinking, well, what's her problem? We're all fine. Whichever way, put your roller across the top of your thighs. Let's not give up. We can make this happen. With the roller across the top of your thighs, palms of the hands, the width of your thighs. Remember, I've got trains on because this studio just isn't kind to bodies that are cold. My body is just cold. You don't need trainers. Your hands are pressing gently against that roll of the palm of the hand. You're breathing in and out, and your shoulder blades are down the back and your collarbones are wide open. It's a welcome back, everyone. Maybe it's just me that's had to be welcomed back to this. But whichever way, we're going to start the squat. Remember that your squat is your knee bend, ankle bend, hip flex. The inhaling down into the squat, pull your elbows backwards, and breath out to push up to stand. Going down into the squat. Remember I said a wee bit earlier, if indeed it communicated with you, I think because we're going to be in lockdown for longer than we want to be, it matters that we get more technically accurate and make more changes to our own bodies. So I'm using the roller to create hip, knee and ankle stability, realignment and strength. Hello there, Leslie and Leslie. Your inhale, you're gently pressing the palm of the hand against the roller. And the exhale, you're pushing down into your heels as well as pushing the hands against the roller. What are you trying to achieve with this roller on the thighs? It's not just there because you've nothing better to do and we're trying to play. It's there as a connection to your core. As I press down through the palm of the hand and pull my elbows back and press my heels down, I get a trunk connection along with the work going through my joints, which is hip to heel. Inhaling down you go, using the breathing out, press against the roller, press through your heels, core connect and push up. Breathing in, the elbows go back, your collarbones are wide open. Breathing out, you're going to push and reach yourself back up. Your emphasis here is that the upper body stays connected by hand pushing down against the roller, not fingers, it's the palms of the hands. As your elbows go back and your bottom goes back, your hip hinges, your elbows hinge, but your shoulders don't round and your lower back doesn't act. We're going to stay down on this one for the sake of understanding more. I'm keeping a gentle press of the hands into the roller and the roller into my thighs. The inhaling and exhaling is happening. I'm doing nothing more than stabilising right now. Going to find the pelvic floor to get the pelvic tilt then. Breath out, draw your pelvic floor up. As you gently press the hand against the roller, do that pelvic imprint position, which is a tiny bit of flexion. You breathe in to know that it happened and don't round your upper back or bend your rib cage. You breathe out and set the sit bones away again. Inhaling. The weight is distributed through the feet from the outside of the foot to heel, and then thinking about where the big toe actually is as your end thought. Breathing out then, the pelvic floor draws up. Your abdominals shrink and hollow. You don't squeeze your bottom together, and the spinal movement is literally an imprint, that's a lengthening of the lumbar back to neutral. There should be no tension in the back except between the shoulder blades where you're keeping your upper back stable. And if you can use the roller accurately, you've got this gentle easing down with the palm of the hand at the same time as the pelvic tilt and the heels into the floor. We're going to leave you in perfect neutral and stand you up again. Taking it up a little bit more pace, not massively. The workout is all about technique. As we get older, older being more than 40, you lose your pelvic symmetry, therefore you lose pelvic stability, and the wear and tear that goes on because of an asymmetrical alignment gives you joint soreness or lower back issues. Whatever it is, we're working to create Pilates technique with big muscle work going on from the legs. Inhaling, down you go, feel the hands pushing against the roller, breath out, up you stand. Inhale, down we go. If you're getting the connection with the roller continuously, you will also therefore get lots going on in the hamstring and glutes. The general understanding of what's happening in your abdominal area will increase. And as the hands press down against the roller, you'll find you get your armpits. Go down and stay this time again. Press down against the roller, and now inhaling and exhaling. Add that end range connection. The end range being you can feel the hamstring to the sit bones. And if you use the hands gently pressing down, you feel the roller pushing against your thigh bones. The roller helps you keep the thigh bones absolutely symmetrical. In other words, your obliques and your hamstring glutes work aligned. The only way you ever get joint rehab, in other words, the big pelvic joint rehabilitating, connecting, is with symmetry. So symmetry is fundamentally involved in the whole Pilates technique. Stay where you are, people. We're now going to make the spine move from the chin to the throat to the upper mid back. Exhaling then, the chin pulls down to the throat. I've still got my hands against the roller. I don't move the roller, but I bend my breast in half as it were, mid-rib cage, pec area then. And then I push against the roller and reorganise that upper spine area until I find I'm in true neutral but still a squat shape. Breathing out again, it's a chin nod. As I press against the roller, it allows my obliques to find the right place. Breathing in and breathing out, pull your shoulder blades together and then back up into neutral spine length. This is stabilising pelvic work because as you move the upper back without moving the lower back, you're building joint stability from the pelvis to the heels and from the pelvis to the ribs. People, the next time you find yourself in neutral, stay. Now's the time to let the rib cage bend and follow the roller down. So you use the roller to roll the upper back. I end up about my knee joint, my arms have straightened as I've rolled with the roller. My lower back hasn't tucked under. Breathing out then, pull my elbows back till my hands are on the roller and then roll pelvic tilting, pressing into my hands so I come back up to neutral standing position. Inhaling down into the squat, exhaling. I'm pulling down against the roller, pulling into my heels. Down against the roller, into my heels. My chest will never drop to the roller. There'll always be that diagonal or alignment going on from sit bones to head. Inhaling down into the roller, exhaling, go down and stay. Staying down there then without twisting, peel one heel to tiptoes and see if you can keep the load through the right hand side if you've got the right heel down. I've got equal pressure with the hands pushing down on the roller, my elbows are pulling backwards, and as I'm breathing, inhaling and exhaling, my trunk is stable and there's symmetry. You're going to take that heel down, pick the other heel up, resist twist, and here we go here. Inhaling, up and down, exhaling. Remember that to get this end range move, the knee joint and the ankle joint move, the flex at the hip joint, so you've got flexing of the knee, the hip and the ankle, and put the heel down, breathe. Exhaling then, draw the pelvic floor up, shrink the tummy in, and roll the spine up until you feel as though you're stood upright again. Changing position, take your heels a little bit wider. If you think of being in turnout with your heels under your hip bones, okay, your heels are under your sit bones or hip bones. We're going through the same repertoire. You want to have your hands wider than your thighs, your shoulders wide open. Find your first squat, sit into it, press the palm of the hand down into the roller just as you press, and up you go again. Inhaling, down we go into the squat, exhaling back up. Breath in and out. Can you make sense of pushing against the roller as you push up to stand? Of pulling your elbows and bottom back as you go down into the clear squat and pushing up. Pushing in the palm of the hand with the heel and the outside of the foot. Inhaling to keep the breathing muscles involved in the trunk stabilisation, going down to stay. In that downwards phase then, press against the roller. You're back to your pelvic tilts. Shoulders, blades are drawn towards each other. Breath out, pelvic floor and pelvic tilt. Breathe in and back to neutral. Breathing out, your pelvic tilt. Breathing in and you're in neutral. Breath out, the sense of the sit bones just gently being drawn under you using pelvic floor, whilst the upper body stays stable and the rib cage goes nowhere. You get the true stretch of the lumbar. You've got one more, breath out, keeping connection with the roller and the thighs, and the gentle movement of the pelvis, stay in neutral. Exhaling then, up you stand, inhale down into the squat. Breathe out. So on this squat with a slight turn out, the thigh bones feel as though they pull wide against the roller as you go down, so opening it up the hip. So there's a slight movement of your thigh sliding across the roller, and as you keep the heel of the hand, it stops you twisting and shifting. Inhale into that plie, feeling the roll of the thigh, exhaling. Remember, if you don't tune into the actual technique here, the sort of smaller detail, you will miss the purpose of the roll. That's fine. If you're tired and fed up, as long as there's no pain anywhere, just play. We're going down and up again a couple more times before we stay. Inhaling, I slide the thighs across the roller. Exhaling, push through the heels, down to stay. Once again, get that grounding. The grounding happens with the heels, and you're going down and up. That gentle end range work that takes you to your sit bones, and you refuse to have your pelvis tilted. The pelvis wants to have symmetry from left to right, front, back, diagonally, whatever plane of movement you want to think of it in. All right, I'm waking up my side thigh, side bum. My abdominals are hollowing between my hip bones, and you're going to stay there. Breathe. Breath out then. Pelvic tilt. No bottom squeezing here, please. Breath in and tailbone to the ceiling. Use that sense of being able to gently press down with the heel of the hand as you equally push the ground into with the heels. So you're pressing into the ground with the heels as your pelvic floor shrinks, and that fractional movement into the lumbar without the bum squeeze happens, and stay in neutral. From that moment there, then we're going to stay. You've got forwards rolling spine. Breathe out to pull the chin to the throat, and then bend your rib cage in half. Breathe in, don't tuck your bottom under. Breathe out, pull your shoulder blades together and find yourself back into your squat, but in trunk neutral. Breath out then. Moving the back of the rib cage to the neck, not the lumbar spine. Breathe in. Keep your ankles from rolling in. Breathe out. Press into the roller to assist your feel of the movement of the spine. All right, next time we roll completely down. Breathe in. Exhaling. You first of all flex. Once you've gone as far as you can, you start to move the roller down, and you can follow it. You'll never ever go below the knee really too far. Breathe in. Legs stay bent. Breathe out. Come back up. You bend your elbows and pull that roll to where it was at the start. And then you follow through with the pelvic tilt and the return all the way up to your standing plie. Inhaling squat, exhaling back. Because of the general increase of connection, sensation and switch on activation of the muscles, the plie squat should become a whole lot more effective and efficient. Next time you go down, stay. See if you can pick up one heel to tiptoes and add the increase into the heel that stayed down. You're not wanting to twist the upper body. You are wanting to deepen the connection with the heel that's on the floor, that leg that's on the floor has got the movement with slight springy action going on between heel, knee, pelvis. There's no twist, there's no shift, and the roller's helping you moderate that. And return that heel down, pick up the other heel. If you keep the abdominals hollowing, you will support the lower back, making sure that you're not using your back extensors, that you're working through the side bottom, side thigh, abdominal area, and if you're really smart, you're pulling your shoulder blades towards each other, making the upper back activate. Okay, people, and heel down. To come out of this shape then, breath out to pelvic tilt using the pelvic floor. Feel the back round and roll, and you're back into stand. Your next position, take your feet wider parallel, and take the roller so that it goes to the forehead. So I've got this shape here. My feet may be as wide as the mat is, depends on your ability to keep an open hip. Now the squat goes down and up, and you're aiming to switch on the trunk stability system from the hip bone all the way to the rib cage. If the moment you put the roller to the forehead, you felt your back work, or you lost your ability to maintain neutral, pull roll to the breast chest area. The people that this would be relevant for would be, if you're really stiff in the upper back, so people like Tom, and I think even Ken actually. You don't want this whole pokey chin forwards, and neither do you want to suddenly wake up all your back extensors. The roller can go to the forehead if your upper back has got that mobility to it, as is your shoulder. The roller can come across your chest if you're struggling with shoulder range of movement, which is the upper back. And actually the truth is that it could end up on the thighs. In some ways, as we go through these next few weeks, you should know where it is you need to be so that you get the most out of the workouts that we're programming. People, the next time we go, stay. In this downwards phase then, if the roller is at your forehead, that's wonderful. If it's on your thighs, that is fine. You want to tuck your bottom under and create a bit of a flattened back position. So you'll see I've now got my back flat. I haven't let my knees roll in. If the roller goes to your forehead, leave it there. I'm going to change my position so you can see more. I'm in a flat back position. The roller's to my forehead. My hands are at the sides at each end of the roller. Breathe out and pull the elbow armpit down sideways. This is rib cage to neck, not hip bone to ribs. And center, breathe. Exhaling. Down it goes. I move from my armpit to my side rib cage. Stay. Once more each side. Feel as though your elbow and your armpit. Fold your rib cage in half sideways. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm keeping my load in my outside of my foot and my heels. One more. Exhale so you move the rolling breath side bend. Notice I don't completely collapse. And I center back up. Inhaling, up, tall you go. Exhale, back down we go again. Breathe. Exhaling, side armpit. Pull your elbow down, keep your chest open. Inhale and return. Exhaling. Feel the obliques, feel the inside of the knee muscle, knee joint, and up to stand. We go again. Find your flat back squat. Find your side bend movement coming from the rib cage mid to the armpit, using the breath out. And inhale and exhale up. Place your hands on the roller, place the roller onto the thighs. Do a little bend of the knee, mini bend. We're going roll down to release the spine. Exhale forwards, chin roll. Bend the elbows. Legs are bent, spine is bent, middle. And then roll down, letting the roller lead you. Keep equal weight through the upper body. Breathe. Breathing out, bend your elbows back. Feel the thighs against the roller, pelvic tilt, and you find yourself up again. Final action in wide legs. Take the roller, I'll change my profile for you again. Take your roller down, more chest. I'm not massively flat, but neither am I hinged here. Here then, turn the head to look to one side. Breathe, and then turn the roller and return back. Turn the head to the other side. Exhale. Pull the roller back, round with you. Inhale back and exhale up. We'll go again. I keep my elbows back, my collarbones wide open. I load the heels and the outsides of my feet taking the load. Turning the head and then release the shoulder carriage. Return back. Center, breathe. Turn the head, let the shoulder carriage follow, which is your thoracic, not your waist. Inhaling and exhale back. We'll go again. Find that shape, open the hips. We turn the neck, that's the head. Follow with the shoulder blades. Don't let the roller leave either breast, chest, pec area, and reverse back. Exhaling, head, neck, shoulders. Inhale, we turn back, and exhale back up. Now, go down and stay. The muscles that lead to the inside of your knee are working hard. You want them to, so keep this roller here, and go down an inch and up an inch. You're pulling your thighs, knee joint out sideways, and you're asking this medialis area of the quads to work, work, work. By using the roller, tuning into your breath, you're making sure that rather than working legs only, you've got trunk stabilisation along with strengthening the knee joint appropriately. All right, people, you've just got 2 or 3 more. 1, 2 more. Last one-ish. And then stay. Put the roll onto your thighs. Roll down through the head, neck, the shoulders. Stretch out your legs. And hang almost in half, whatever that works, whether it's full range of movement through the back. Try not to tuck your bottom under so much as let the upper back lengthen away from the waist. All right, then to come back up then, pull the rollers to the thigh, pelvic tuck, pelvic floor, pelvic roll, and you'll find yourself all the way up to stand, and voila. There you have it. You've just done quite a technical workout. Now, my hope is that you would revisit that workout and get increasing awareness in your body and in your mind of the purpose of the roller connection for your whole kind of pelvic stability, knee stability, ankle stability with breath. That's all we have for right now for this particular workout. We're going to go into the next one, which is your Pilates roller, and for that again it's going to be obliques. The whole workout, if you do the 2 together, should get you from your heel to your hip bones, and then should get you from your hip bones to your rib cage in its entirety. Okay, see you in a moment. I'll just switch off and we'll get back together again soon.